A Dutch TV crew spent the weekend in Aruba filming a made-for-TV reenactment of the Natalie Holloway case. Aruban police and prosecutors say they asked the TV show to reconstruct Natalie's disappearance in hopes it would generate more leads. Greta van Susteren is the host of the program, and she talked to us about it.
Opsporing verzocht is a program with a very long history in the Netherlands. It has been aired there for 23 years, and you can compare it to your own Most Wanted show. Every week we show different crimes where we don't know who the criminals are, and we appeal to the public to step forward with evidence. So that is our program. And the episode we're going to do here in Aruba is a reconstruction of the days of Natalie here on the island, and we're appealing to the Dutch public to step forward with every shred of evidence that could help solve this case. We have reconstructed the days of Natalie and the rest of the group here on the island, and basically that has two functions. It has to help people identify with the group and give them the feeling that they have to step forward with everything they know. And it also has the function of triggering the memory of people. So that is what we're going to show, a reconstruction of Natalie's days here. Our program is based on the facts, and we're asking the public to fill in the voids. And in this particular case, there are a lot of voids. So maybe people will say this is a long shot, but there are a lot of Dutch tourists visiting Aruba. And in many cases, and we've seen it in the history of the program, people have seen things that have been crucial to solving a case without even realizing that they have seen that until they see our program. So that's what we're hoping to do with this program. Of course, this story, and it's not really a story, in that you realize that when you're here, this is reality. A girl of 18 who was on a trip with a lot of other girls of 18 has vanished without a trace. That is very emotional, but it feels very good that we're trying to help and solve this case together with the Dutch police, who are of course doing the search now, and with the Aruban police. It feels good that we have these different parties and we're all aiming at the same goal, trying to see what has happened to Natalie.
Police seized Deepak Kalpoe's car to use for their made-for-TV reenactment. What does Deepak think about that? Joining us live on the phone is Deepak and Satish Kalpoe's attorney, David Kock. David, what did your client think about the fact that a tow truck pulled up at 3 o'clock on Thursday and took his car?
Hi, Greta. No, of course, disbelief. No, I mean disbelief that the DA would want to use kind of a movie prop to be so realistically possible, so much that it just comes and takes the car of the suspect himself. So we were in disbelief. Now, has the car been returned to Deepak? Yes, the car has been returned to Deepak, and that happened today. So at least that aspect is done, but we are still, awaiting a date for a motion where this whole act of the DA is going to be point of discussion.
Wait, what do you mean by that, a point of discussion?
Well, the question is going to be, did the DA have the right to do this, and what is the consequence now of such an action, in our opinion, totally unfounded?
David, in this reenactment, do you know if they're using your clients' pictures and their real names?
We haven't seen the program yet, so we do not know. We know that they had like kind of doubles acting for everybody. So we assume that they wanted to have two boys that look somewhat like my clients.
All right, so if they're not using the real people, they're not using your two clients, why did they need the real car? Why not just go out and pick up a silver Honda? That beats me. I wish I had the answer for that, but I think, there were other cars. It doesn't have to be the exact same car. I mean, it's not that 10 months later somebody's going to say, if you brought a silver Toyota, I would not know what's going on, but now that you brought a silver Honda, now I know exactly what happened. Yeah, who's doing the editorial control in this? Is this being run by the prosecutor or the police chief?
No, we understand that the control is being run by the Dutch program itself, no? I mean, it seems that the data is made available to them, and they're the ones really in charge. I don't see Mrs. Janssen, guiding the cameras.
Have you ever seen this show? Does it play in Aruba?
No, we get this as a Dutch channel, so, you can see it here, you'll see it in the Netherlands.
But I don't think 10 months later somebody's going to see this film, and all of a sudden, people are going to come up and say that now I exactly remember what happened. I mean, that's our thought on it.
Were you told anything in advance that this was going to happen, or was the first sort of notice you had of this when your client's car got towed away?
No, we had kind of noticed that this was coming, and since we have not, my clients say that they have nothing to hide. We weren't afraid of this. Now we're not protesting really that they do this. I mean, to us it's a desperate act, but I mean it's their right to do it. But it's just the way that they want to try to get information, in the sense of taking my client's car and just we find it's a little bit like abuse of power.
David, does the prosecutor say anything to you to indicate that this investigation is moving forward?
No, I think from the actions that they are taking, you see that once again for some days now they have again been exploring the dunes, and up to now nothing has been found. And as I indicated before, to me, when you go to such kind of a show, it's a little bit like cold case files that you want to bring forward, try to put it back in the news. To me, it's you have nothing, and you want to try to see as a last resort if some information can still be obtained.
Is this so? In your view, is this their sort of last resort, that the prosecution and the chief of police have nothing else planned?
I see that if this does not, give any results, to me, the investigation would have to be closed. At a certain point, that has to happen too. Right now, you cannot just keep having a file open because you want to solve the case. At a certain moment, there's nothing much more that one can do, really. No.
David, thank you.
You're very welcome. Take care.
Coming up.